Good morning, you guys. How are you feeling this morning? Cheers to Sunday morning. Beautiful sunshine streaming in. I had to mess around with my mat to find a spot that's not so overwhelming. I'll take it though. I'll take it any day. Last week when we did our stretches together, we did 2 stretches. And then, like I said on the post, I stayed afterwards and just went through freestyle, kind of picking out different ones that made me feel good. And I think I'd like to do that again with you today. It was really nice. Nothing scripted, okay? So let's just go through movements that I think I would feel great doing this week, and hopefully you would too. If anything doesn't feel comfortable, obviously just take it to a position that does feel good. That's what this is about, okay? I always start with my rolling, and especially lately, having a little more strain in my low back, I've been really a lot more diligent about it. So if you have a foam roller, you're just gonna hit spots that make sense to you, okay? That's what this is all about too. There's no rhyme, no reason. You know, there are specific movements that you can learn and do, but I find just, again, freestyle, do what feels good. We're scripted all week long. There's my spot. Nice. Good. So the first stretch I've chosen is really simple. All right? And it's called the basic twist. All right? I have on my little, I love this. It's like picking a card from a deck and saying, I'm going to do this. So what you want to do is hold yourself up tall, legs extended, all right? And you just want to hold yourself back here and rotate as far as you can. So this is a torso rotation. And I'm going to press into that floor and rotate. Again, you're going to feel, you could feel contraction on muscles that need to shorten so that other muscles need to lengthen, all right? And then you're just going to be aware of where you're pressing there. And then you're going to reach, down and hold. All right, fool around with your position, see how it's feeling. Deep breath up, other side, extend, and shoot for further. Press, hold, breathe. And ease. Up. Reach out as far as you can and then lower to the floor. Now you can fool around with that in a slightly reclined position, stretching out, reaching. And other side. Beautiful. TFL Drop, the tensor fasciolata stretch, okay? It's just low body, all right? Let's not get specific. You find where you feel your tightness and focus in on that. So all you're going to do is you're going to cross, and then you're going to drive to add, you want to add that pressure, that contraction, and then you're just going to rotate it to one side and see where you feel that stretch. I do both sides. And ease off, reposition, adding that pressure for the contraction, all right, and then moving away. And you're trying not to pop up or roll over to compensate, okay? You're trying to keep your cheeks planted and just rotate from side to side. And I'm gonna take this one more time. Now I'm working all on my good side first so that my brain absorbs what it should feel like in a fairly strong and safe side, and then I'll take it over to my weaker side, and hopefully my brain will make up the difference. So add the contraction and stretch. Good. All right. So if you'd like, and I would, because it thinks it's going to feel good, I'm going to take it into that basic stretch again where I'm going to reach and touch. And reach out as far as you can and lower. Be aware of where that is focusing and targeting, and then how it's affecting the rest of the muscles that are stretching along with that area. Oh, TFL drop. So this is my funny side. I'm just gonna take it easy. I'm gonna add a little bit of pressure there, and then I'm gonna drop. And I'm gonna drop to the other way. Trying to keep my cheeks, feel that. And ease off. If you want to reposition your foot to bring that upper leg closer to your body, that'll increase the stretch. Exploration though, right? Each morning you come to your stretches, you're going to feel a little bit different. Nice. I got to do that one more time. Yeah, there's an intensity that goes with resistance stretch. You know, you're adding that contraction, which takes effort, and then you want to stretch through. Maybe it's a muscle group that's not wanting to be stretched. So go easy, gentle. Add the contraction, pushing that leg away as it pushes in, creates tension here, and then you can stretch it in a shortened position. Nice. Good. There we go. TFL drop in the basic rotation. The can opener. We're going to go to an upper body stretch for right now, and I have been focusing more on my shoulders because, and it's coming in good. I'm feeling really strong. This is called the can opener. You could be seated on a chair, and your outside of your elbow area is attached to your inner knee area. All you're going to do is push those elbows out as your legs are pushing in, okay? So I am pushing and I'm creating tension. I feel tension all the way up here. And all I'm going to do is under tension, I'm going to stretch those shoulders out, strengthening, and under pressure, I'm pulling those shoulders together and stretching that upper back. Good. Adding that tension, press those elbows into your knees, and open. Now this is where that incredible stretch comes at the top of your back and shoulders, traps. To make that stretch less intense, you keep your hands together, okay? And it won't have to go that far. But you could hold a ball here, and then that would make this inner movement stretch your upper shoulders a heck of a lot more. So even if you don't have a ball, or you can even gooseneck your hands to keep them further apart. Let's do it one more time. Good stuff. All right, that should feel very warm. Here we go. Quads, we're gonna go down to another, we did, what did we do? The quad stretch the other day was the quad lunge. All right, now you might have to go back to that quad lunge. Remember that you're going to press your hand into your foot, and under tension, you're going to pull yourself forward. All right, with the triangle quads, you're in a position here, okay? So we're going to start by stretching the tibialis, the front of your lower leg, and you're just going to bring that knee up and down. So you could stretch as well. Let's go through this too and bring it up until a calf stretch. So you're just going to pump the heels. So you're getting the back and the front of the lower leg. Don't know. I can't stand my belly hanging out. Oh, there we go. That's better. Watch yourself coming down. Straighten out those legs and calf pump. Good. And let's take it right back down to the tibialis stretch. And one time. One more time. Calf. Back a little bit. And lift and lower. Good stuff. So to take this quad stretch a little bit further, we're going to add some pelvic movements, okay? So all I want you to do is tuck and release. Driving those heels down, contract that muscle group, and lift and roll. Good stuff. Ease off that stretch if you need to. Nice. So now what you're going to do is neutral lift and then drive to one side, neutral lift and drive to the other side. Neutral lift, drive, jet that hip bone out. And ease off at any time that you need to. Have a sip of coffee anytime you need to. Really, I'd like this to be really informal, you guys. Just enjoy yourselves. You know, get involved in the stretch, get involved in your muscles. Find out where your weak points are, your tight points are. One more movement with this pelvic triangle quads up, and then you're just going to circle. You can go all the way around, right through, and I think you'll feel hip joints and rotate both directions, okay? Now, at this point, I would end up going through that stretch again and just revisiting the movements that felt good or felt effective, right? Take it up to that calf stretch one more time. Those ankles, toes, and lower leg end up being quite challenged, right? Calf stretch and pump. Good job. Alrighty. So, one more for shoulders, because I need to give our lower bodies a little bit of a break, because when we go into the glute series, we're doing the I think it's called a pigeon pose, I don't know. Margaret's gonna have to give me some names for these things. The praying mantis, it's shoulders again, okay? So we're here on all fours, then we're bringing our hands into a praying mantis position, all right? So what you wanna do is you wanna press your elbows out and lean back, all right? And then bring it back. I just felt a really, woof, good pull there. I want to feel this in my shoulder. I want to feel it in all the ligaments and tendons that are holding my shoulder together. I want to affect them positively. I want to stretch them, mobilize them, and strengthen them. All right? So this time with the praying mantis, I want you to pull your shoulders in or your elbows in. So they're driving into the floor and trying to gather up that floor and then pull back. All right? All right, you take those elbows out a little further. When you press those elbows in, you should feel a contraction on your lats in the back. And then you want to just pull back and stretch those lats. And release. So to make this harder, you would pull yourself back further, okay? And you could get your elbows closer together and pull back. So let's try that. I'm just gonna try elbows a little bit closer, pulling them in, and then I'm gonna pull back and feel that in my upper back, lats, shoulders, and ease. Find a position that feels good for you. Create the tension and pull back. Okay, so I feel I need to give my head a little bit of a, my neck. So just prior to going to that glute series, there's one here that I like for my neck. Hang on one second. Neck and lat stretch. Okay, so what I just found from that praying mantis is that it created a lot of tension in my neck. So I'm gonna try this. Here it is, this is not it. Arm drill. Serving tray. All right, externally rotate the hand. And then drop the neck. Release. So my hand is up, as if I'm holding a tray. Externally rotate. And gently. Good. And one more time that side. Rotating and gently guiding that neck down. This is the side that got that little pinch. So I'm going to tray, serving tray, rotate away, and move your head away. Oh, good. And tray, externally rotate, and add the stretch to your neck. And you can move that arm a little bit and see exactly where it gets you. All right, that feels good. Glute series. So here you are, pigeon pose. That's what I'm calling it. Pigeon pose. I gotta get into this then. All right, so everyone's gonna have different ability here. If you can't get into this pigeon pose, that leg might be right here, all right? And you're gonna put two hands in front of you. And you're going to create tension by driving this leg into the floor, and you're gonna lift and lower as in a push-up, all right? So if you can be out there with me, I just so happen to be able to do this position, but not the next one. So you just gotta objectively observe, this is where I'm at. So push-ups, but I'm not pushing up with my hand. I am using that glute to drive me into the floor and bring me straight up. All right? Creating tension, creating tightness, contracting that muscle, and push up. Now, if you, you're going to come along with me because we're going to go one hand and one hand. But at any time that you feel yourself too wobbly for this, just put a hand down, okay? Go back to the two-handed movement. So I'm just going to use one hand in front of me, less support, more work for my leg, more work for my core, and I'm forcing those muscles to lengthen and shorten through that contraction. I'm going to do about 5 in each hand position. So now I'll change hands, and again that hand might be out here for a little bit of support, all right? And drive that leg into the floor, creating the contraction. Watch where this affects you, okay? And then, this takes a while to go with no hands. Be safe. All right, you're gonna do the same thing, but now that leg is totally responsible for my movement. Going to take it easy because I felt a lot of tension, all right? And I just want to proceed with caution. Let's take it to the other side right away. Pigeon pose. So, I'm going to do push-ups here in this position, but I'm not pushing up with my hands. The contraction in that leg is causing the movement. And then I'll go to one hand, less support, more work for my body. If you're ready to take it to the other side, change hands and drive that leg into the floor, and pay attention to where you're feeling this. Pay attention to what feels good as well, not just the negative stuff. Oh, that feels good. And then, I don't know if I'm going to be able to handle on this side anyways. No support, but I'm going to give it a go. Really safely, thoughtfully. There we go. Okay. Well, that's plenty for me after the week that we've had. But I am going to take it into the 90-degree angle bend, okay? This one's more difficult. It really hits those hip joints and glutes that are real tight, all right? Yeah, I'm feeling quite a bit of I'm just looking for something else to give us a break here for a sec. about doing this gorilla? We did this gorilla before, and then we'll come back and finish up the glute series, okay? Gorilla, we've done this in one of the, at the end of probably a back day. So this is for wrists, hands, forearms, fingers. All right, so I'm going to press, and I want to externally rotate. I want to try and turn my elbows out, and then I'm going to pull back. Only to a spot that you feel, that's it. And one more time, stretch it back. Good. And at this point, I'll just take a break and stretch each one of those fingers out. I'll put my thumb at the knuckle, pulling back. It's going to depend on your flexibility. You know, at this point, we're getting we're getting arthritis. We're getting discomfort. Good. And there's that. Good. And try that on the other hand too. So, drag that hand in, feeling this tendons and ligaments all stretch, and then adding the fingertips. Good. We have one more stretch in the glute series, okay? I usually do the pigeon pose and the next one back to back. But if you're building tension somewhere, you should back off, right? You can't barrel your way through resistance stretching. It's a powerful discipline. And finish up. This is the gorilla. Okay, so let's finish up the glute series. So instead of the pigeon, this leg's going to be out in front at a 90-degree angle. And this is the one where I have a little bit of problem, all right? I can't get it right there, but I intend to one day. Same thing. Right out in front of that leg that is square in front of you, you're gonna place your hands and you're doing that push-up again, all right? Creating tension in that upper leg. So I'm gonna go 5 push-ups here. I'm actually really pleased at how I'm handling this one because it doesn't feel good, but it doesn't usually feel this good. So now you're gonna rotate away from center, you're gonna rotate away. So that knee is gonna be in between my 2 hands and I'm doing the same push-up. All right, so now you're feeling a stretch in a rotated position. Make sure, I mean, I can feel my upper body taking over a lot of the pressure. Try to bring it back into that lower leg, creating that tension. And then the last movement on this side is a lat stretch, okay? We just did the, what did we do for the lat stretch? The praying mantis. So we're going to continue. My opposite hand is going to reach directly across, okay? So we're going to extend that arm and we're going to walk it out as far as possible and then, oops, hang on, and then we're going to drop. So that's going to stretch that upper back while my hip and glute area is stretching as well, okay? So, 90-degree angle. Third part of this movement is walking that hand out, directly adjacent, I think, to that upper leg or lower leg. Drive your hand in creating tension and drop. And I'm gonna do it one more time. I'm gonna take it out a little bit further. All right, so objective observer of your performance, okay? I noticed that my leg is not able to go straight out. And I will watch in further weeks, in subsequent weeks, to see how far I'm coming, okay? So let's play with this other side. This should be interesting. Always. You all right? Okay. So my hands are directly out in front, and I'm performing those push-ups, but ooh, it's that leg. Driving it up. Push that leg in. Stretch out in that position. And bring yourself back up. Stretching, strengthening, and taking notes. Easy on that one, okay? That one's serious. This is where we do our rotation, all right? So that leg remains in a 90-degree angle. Hopefully at one point in the future, I will be able to bring it up into a nice square position. If you have good flexibility here, you probably can do that. And then my hands are rotated off. I'm ready. Just taking a breather, and then my 4 or 5 push-ups here in a rotated position. Again, checking out how everything else is reacting. Nice, feels good. Okay, the last one is that lat stretch. So I'm going to extend the opposite arm out and away in a rotation. I'm going to add the pressure, drive the hand down into the floor, and then I'm going to drop my shoulder and feel a nice stretch in my upper back that is going to move down into, oh yes, moves down in, all right? So if you need to reset, I'm going to do a couple more of these. This is the side I really need it on, okay? But I'm going to do it carefully. I'm not going to try and get it all done today. Gradually. Walk it out. Drop. I can walk it out a little further. I can add that pressure, and I can drop. And at that point, I just felt some of the rest of my body compensating. So I'm going to hold it there. Woo! Good job, gang. That's it. So what I think I'd like to do is just finish up on my roller, and you're welcome to do the same. I think that's plenty. Just pay attention. How do you feel today? Oftentimes you feel an immediate like, oh, I feel loose. I feel like I, worked a bit. So there you go. Half hour. That's pretty good, eh? And you can join me for 10 minutes, you can join me for 15 minutes, you can join me for the whole 30 minutes, okay? It's just, I had such a good experience last Sunday when I stayed here while I was down and just went through the movement. So I'm gonna make that my thing, all right? There we go. Have a fantastic Sunday, you guys. I'm going to do the boards, I'm going to post them later, and we're going to have a great week. Thanks for coming out. I'll talk to you tomorrow.